Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make this Azkaban prison sign. Now obviously this is from the Harry Potter books and the film. This is the sign that Sirius Black holds up in the film. So yeah, I hope you really enjoy this. Just for the purpose of this video, you can see how small this one is I'm showing you. I'm going to make a bigger one in this video just because it's easier to show you the details and what I'm doing. This video is actually going to be a collab with a few of my friends, so two other YouTubers are going to be doing Harry Potter themed videos as well, so I put their links on the screen right now, so please go check them out. They are so talented, and please go and subscribe. There are many different ways to make this, but I just find using a template is the easiest way, and I really want this tutorial to be simple, so hopefully I will be putting a template that I made in the description for you, so you could just use that. But it's so easy to keep the shape together, keep everything uniform, and it's a really easy way to cut the details out later. Firstly, what you want to do is roll out a colour, kind of like a beige colour. This is Sahara from Fimo, and put your template on and then roll it on. This is going to transfer the shape of the template onto the clay. Now what you want to do is just cut out the outer rectangle. Don't cut out any of the squares or the rectangles on the inside of the template, and it should look something like this. Now here I'm just rolling out some chocolate coloured clay. Now if you're too lazy to use your pastel machine or you don't have one, do what I'm doing and put 2 popsicle sticks either side of the clay and then roll on that, and it keeps the thickness the same. Then what you want to do is use the same method using the template and then cut out 2 shapes. So one is going to be like the beige one we did earlier and just going to be a rectangle, and then the other is going to be like this one where we're going to cut out the details in the middle. So now what you want to do is take an X-Acto knife or a tool that you prefer, and all you want to do is cut out the shapes. Now with me I'm sort of doing small incisions and then I'm going to sort them out later. I'm going to make them smoother. It's just easier this way, and I find that you get more detail and it's easy to control. So once you've done that, it will look like this, and then you've just got to keep going with the rest of the shapes. So as you can see in this clip, the clay that I use is so soft in this tutorial. I don't recommend it being this soft just because the shape starts to go a bit wobbly, but it depends what clay you have. So once you've cut everything out, it should look like this, and like I said in the last clip, that mine did get a bit misshapen, so I'm going to use a blade and just redo the rectangle shape on the outside. Now for the details in the inside, I'm going to be using a blending tool, but you can use whatever you have at home and just redefine everything, straighten it up, flatten it out, whatever you need to do on yours. Once you've done that, it should look like this, and as I said before, it doesn't have to be too neat because as you can see now I'm adding some texture, so do not worry about if there's scratches in the surface or anything like that, because like I said, we're doing the texture now. So I'm just creating this wood texture using my X-Acto knife. I'm just dragging it across, and that's all you really have to do, is just keep dragging it until you get your desired look. Now this is just personal preference, but just to make it look more 3D and give it more character, I'm just going slightly deeper with a needle tool now and just doing a few lines here and there, and I think it gives a really good wood texture. So like I said earlier, you should have made 2 brown rectangles, one with the detail cut out and one not. This is the one that's going to be on the back, and I'm just texturing it, but this is personal preference, you don't have to. Now it's time to layer all the pieces on top of each other, so start with the plain rectangle on the bottom, then we're going to add the beige rectangle. And then last but not least, you're going to add the bit that you cut out earlier, so this is going to be obviously the detail at the front. You may need to reshape it, but this is what it should look like when you're finished. For all the details on this charm, all you want to do is just roll out a snake of brown clay, same brown that you used earlier, and all you want to do is just create letters and characters. I'm using my old charm as a reference, but all you want to do is just go on Google and find a picture of Sirius Black holding the sign, and you could do it that way or do your own characters, whatever you want. So in this video I'm not going to show you me making the whole of this charm because obviously it's going to take a very long time. As you can see, I've only managed to do 3 characters. So yeah, I'm just going to show you the tools that I use and some of the techniques that I use. But like I said, it is practice makes perfect for this kind of thing, and I use a lot of different tools. So I'm using a needle tool now, I used a blending tool earlier, X-Acto knife, that kind of thing. It is just a lot of practice and a lot of patience. Now the next step is just to use some chalk pastels, and as you saw in the clip just before I put this in front of the camera, I put some beige on already, but I'm going to be taking the brown and I'm also going to be taking the black chalk pastels, and I'm going to be just adding that to the parts that I didn't put the beige colour. So this is going to make it look old and kind of burnt and kind of dirty, and I really love how this looks, and obviously you can do whatever you want with this. Now, using the same techniques that you used to do the inside of this charm, just take that beige colour and write Azkaban prison on the top of the charm. So this actually is slightly easier, I find, because you know the letters, you don't have to work with the clay so much. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I know I couldn't show you all the steps, but it'd be such a long tutorial if I did. So I'd love to see these on Instagram if you do make them from this tutorial, and see how small you can get them. So to send them on Instagram, just use the hashtag xoxRufus, and I always feature them at the end of the next tutorial. And last but not least, here are some of the amazing charms that you made from my last tutorial, and I love featuring them, so thank you so much for sending them to me.